works. It's crazy. I asked for submissions from the public for about 3 months, and this year we had loads and loads more submissions than I've ever had before. I choose between 6 and 8. We've chosen 8 plays tonight. It's the most we've ever chosen. And I get to cast the show. I email scripts to actors. I choose directors. And then last night at 6 p.m., we all gathered. We rehearsed for 5 hours. We came back at 9 o'clock this morning. And we've been here all day to put on this crazy show. We hope that you all will stay for the talk back immediately after the show. The cast, the crew, the directors, and the playwrights who are here will all be coming up on stage. We'd love to have you ask questions or any comments that you want to make. We're anxious to hear them. We want to have a conversation. If you're interested in outdoor Shakespeare, Mountain View College on June 26th opens a fabulous production of As You Like It out at the Mountain View Fountain. Bring your lawn chairs, your blankets, and your bug spray, and come out and see As You Like It. It's completely free for the entire family. It's 90 minutes of fun. You can't beat the price. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, please sit back and enjoy the 4th annual Rod Wilson 24-hour Play Festival. Take it away!
Who am I? The other day, I thought of a really funny joke. It was wildly inappropriate, and I had no one to tell it to. I know that my friends from years ago would have found it hilarious, but there's just too many years and miles between us these days. No one in my contemporary life would appreciate it. Let's be honest, they hate it. Maybe they'd hate me for thinking of it, so I kept it to myself. Once again, I silenced a part of me, and it got me thinking, how much of me am I anymore? I know that people can grow and change, but is it always necessarily for the better? Or is it just that we self-censor parts of ourselves until we're all bland, boring people with nothing interesting about us? Hey, I'm trying to work here.
Pet me.
I can't right now, I'm on a deadline.
Pet me now, I don't care.
Okay, not now.
Pet me now, pet me now.
Okay. Just move on over here. There you go. Now just let me get my work done, okay? Maybe it's that I don't live where I grew up. Maybe it's our incredibly tribal culture, where if I don't fit the mold, then it's safer to just stay quiet, even if it makes me feel even more unappreciated and alone. Maybe it's the impersonal nature of the digital noise that has taken over all of our lives and the way we communicate, or fail to. Maybe it's that we've forgotten parts of ourselves and our true natures are arguably lost in ourselves. Martin! What? I told you I'm in the middle of something.
No, you didn't.
It was literally 30 seconds ago.
Oh, that? Oh, I thought you were joking.
I wasn't.
Well, that makes sense. I didn't think it was very funny.
So, could you move, please?
Could you pet me now?
I can't right now, I'm busy.
Excuse me.
I said I'm busy.
How dare you?
What?
Don't forget who's in charge here.
Who's in charge?
I'm hungry.
I already gave you food.
Biscuits?
Well, what do you want, meat?
Obviously.
Okay. We have chicken or beef? Chicken or beef? history taking off. We're all so desperate to find a clue as to who we were or who we're meant to be.
What are you working on?
Work, my column. Look, I really need to focus. I have a deadline.
Queso got neutered.
What?
Queso, you know the Anderson's fat ginger cat? Turns out the neighbors complained because they were hearing this annoying screaming going on at all hours of the night, right in their backyard. Hours and hours, what a racket they made. So they finally took him and they cut his balls off.
Why are you telling me this?
Poor Queso, though. He's still got the cone around his neck and everything. His tabby friends still slink up to him, but he just doesn't know what to do. Even the birds are laughing at him. There's some lexical dissonance for you.
I don't know why you're telling me this. I had you neutered.
I know, and I've never forgiven you for it.
Okay, just please let me focus.
Do you think Martin's a good name for a cat?
What?
Do you think Martin is a good name for a cat?
Yes, evidently.
Martin. 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 Martin, 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 Martin.
Martin!
What? It just doesn't have much of a ring to it. That's all I'm saying. Anything's better than Queso, though. I mean, it was cute when he was a kitten, but now it's like if you were to call Channing Tatum Cookie.
I've literally read the same sentence 10 times and I still don't know what it says.
His girlfriend's called Princess. Don't you think that's awfully common? Princess, as a name. I mean, it's okay if your life ambition is to be on The Bachelor, but other than that, I think you're pretty bad off. Unfortunately for her, she's a slut by nature.
I think I need some air.
Whoa, you're going out?
Yes. It's just that I really need to get some work, okay? And I know you want my attention, but I just really need to focus, and now my thoughts are all jumbled up, okay? So I just need some fresh air, clear my head, and then maybe you could let me focus and get this finished.
Why don't you just come back and sit down and pet me? I'm always relaxed.
No. I just need some fresh air. A walk would do me good. A walk would do you good too, you know.
Oh no, I got my exercise laughing at Queso this morning.
Fine. I'll go alone then. I always knew I should have got a dog.
What did you just say?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it, okay?
My house. The D word, Deborah. Really?
I'm sorry.
I'll wash your mouth out.
Hey, I'm sorry, Marty, okay? Really, I am. Okay, but it's allowed for people to like both dogs and cats, okay? Just because I like dogs doesn't mean I can't still like cats. People like both of them.
Really?
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 Really, okay? In fact, I have a friend at work. She has both a dog and a cat. She's not a dog person, she's not a cat person, she's both.
I don't really think you know what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, really?
Really?
Really? Well, you know what? Doesn't matter what you think, you're just a cat.
Now wait a minute.
You are just a cat. You don't like to take walks, can't catch a stick. All you like to do is lay around all day, acting like you're the king of the castle and licking your own born in the field behind your street.
Go on.
Okay, some of the kids found you and your siblings, gave you all names, and I guess one of their parents must have called animal control.
So one of the kids named me Martin. Not very imaginative, was he? Do you know who it was? Oh, I bet it was that Fullerton boy. Man, I always knew things with you all of short of a martini.
I don't know which one it was, but they didn't call you Martin. That was me when I adopted you from the shelter.
Deborah,
Your name, your real name, is Kitty McCatface.
you're lying!
Oh, I'm not, I swear.
This is ridiculous.
Oh, it gets better. Better. Worse, probably.
What?
Your mom
Yes.
is Princess.
Queso, you motherfucker!
I'm so sorry. No.
Oh, yes. Me too. But you're not, are you? You're taking some perverted pleasure in telling me all of this. My life literally just turned upside down and you're giggling. You're giggling.
I'm sorry. It's just maybe you should have let me alone when I told you I was working.
Oh, nice. Okay, fine. Be like that. See if I care. You know, I don't need you. I don't need you to pet me. I don't need you to feed me. I have a perfectly tasty asshole. Thank you very much.
Fine.
Fine. Litter box is full, bitch!
If life were a story, what would your favorite chapter be? Would it be the one where you asked out your first crush, or would it be the one where you wet yourself at that kid's sleepover and blamed it on his dog? Yeah, that was a close one. You know, I wanted to ask you that same question one day.
If life were a story, what would be your favorite chapter? Now, take the question seriously. Take your time with the answer. We'll talk about it.
Now, it took me some time to answer, till one day it hit me. It was the day Brittany Carter and I locked ourselves in the principal's office and refused to leave.
Don't worry, I got this one. So James and I have a meeting with the principal to ask about putting up flyers for our new club. The Aviary Club.
I needed an extracurricular, all right?
Whatever. But Principal Michaels wasn't buying it. He said,
No. Okay.
what, that's it?
Mrs. Carter, this campus is not going to sponsor a club so that you and your friends can have mandatory recess and go bird watching throughout fourth period. Okay?
It's not okay with me.
I'm not going to change my mind on this.
I'm just asking for you to hear us out.
I've heard enough of you.
Maybe that's your problem, huh? Maybe if you tried listening to the students instead of telling them everything, you could learn something.
Young lady, I am warning you.
Just like someone should have warned you about that toupee.
Stop!
It looks like a bird is nesting on your head. Maybe we don't need an aviary Club after all. We can just come to your office and wait for the eggs to hatch.
Well, I'll be heading back to class now.
Stop right there. You're not going anywhere. You've done it. You've done it now. I'm going to go with both of your parents and talk to them about this little incident we just had right now.
Have you lost your mind? What was that?
I'm not apologizing to him. Get it coming.
He's an animal, sure, but that was low.
And what about you? You were ready to run for the hills.
Because I know what's good for me.
No, you know how to keep your head down.
And what's wrong with that? That's how you survive.
Yeah, you survive by not making a sound. You survive, but for what? You change nothing, you improve nothing.
What, so now you want to turn on me too? Is it surviving to you? Just picking a fight with anybody that disagrees with you? Where do you end up?
Satisfied? I'm just satisfied. What about you? Look, I was just saying.
You
that-
said what you meant.
We're in this mess, both of us. So you just do what you do, keep your head down and get through it or something. What are you doing?
Picking a fight?
Hey, what's going on here? Unlock this door. Hey, open up.
Not till you hear our demands.
I'm not taking hostages.
Don't panic. This was your idea. Say something.
Hey, you heard her. You can't ignore us now.
You have to the count of 5. Or, not only am I calling your parents, but I'm also calling the police. 1, 2, 3.
Hear ye, hear ye. A message to all students. This is James Kennedy. Many of you may not know who I am, and that changes today. Principal Michaels has ignored attempts at being civilized, so now we moved on to more drastic measures.
Who is this we now?
It's time somebody had their voices heard. He's taking a leave of absence, and we're not leaving his office until we get what we want. We're not leaving until he recognizes the Aviary Club as an official organization with its own rights. That is all.
Really?
It's about time somebody changed something. Okay. We changed absolutely nothing. And you know what? I don't mind that. You'll be happy to know that the Aviary Club did become an official club, organization. However, I wasn't allowed anywhere near it. Yeah, I finally answered that question.
I'm glad. So if life were a story, what would be your favorite chapter?
The moment I stood up for someone else, standing for myself.
That's a good answer, honey. Is there a villain in the story?
Of course there is.
Is it you? That happens, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, now that you have your favorite chapter, use it. Tell it so that it shapes all the other stories. The same goes for the ones you hate. The ones where you really do turn out to be the villain. Sometimes, those are the most important chapters to give away. Something to think about.
It isn't hard to think of a memory that I hate. In fact, the memory I hate the most happens to be the day after my favorite memory. You see, I didn't get a chance to tell you the full story. However, satisfaction rarely lasts long.
Come in. I only need one thing from you before we start discussing the repercussions of the stunt you two pulled yesterday. Now tell me, did Mrs. Carter put you up to it? It's not the first time she's been a part of mischief.
No, sir, she did it.
Tell me the truth. I mean, she started an argument. She made a big scene. She disrespected my appearance. And she wanted her demands heard. I mean, did she push you something that you didn't want to do?
Well, she started most of it.
And that's what I wanted to know. Is there something else?
She locked the door and threatened to say that I did it if I didn't make that announcement.
All right. You have 3 days suspension. Hey, it could have been worse for you. Leave.
Hey, so how did it go? I mean, I know he's pissed, but, like, what's the verdict?
Suspension, 3 days.
Really? Oh, great. I expected worse from him. Like you said, he's an animal. But, you know, I thought you'd be cleaning his office for the rest of the year. But you got off pretty good.
Yeah, I did. Hey, I gotta go, all right?
All right, cool. See you around, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, wish me luck.
Good luck. Now, you probably think less of me, and you should. She got expelled that day, and I reverted back to my same old self, as if nothing ever changed.
Sometimes we have to forgive ourselves for our own ability.
Mom, I'm not gonna do that.
It's not easy to admit wrongdoings in our past, but it may just help someone else. Admit to it, and then forgive yourself.
Why is that so hard to do?
Well, sometimes we don't believe we deserve forgiveness. Sometimes we forgive others faster than we forgive ourselves. As fallible beings, we allow others to fall short. But we tell ourselves that we should have known better. Whether or not you forgive yourself, the last thing I want you to do is ignore what happened.
What do you mean?
Sometimes we sag down memories until the truth of them completely disappeared. Ignoring what happened does no good for you or for anyone else. Trust me.
You're right, Mom. I mean, yeah, it's hard, but you're right.
You're welcome. I'm gonna go get dinner started. Remember that I'm always here for you.
Let me ask you a question. Your life or a story. What was your favorite chapter be?
Portrait of a broken man. Smith. Shirley Smith, an aging hermit who lives his life in everlasting fear. From the day he was born, Smith has known nothing but dread. Dread of the unknown. Dread of which cannot be clear or seen. Dread of the things our minds cannot feasibly imagine. Atrocities that have been so twisted yet so familiar. One such atrocity has found its way to the doorstep, an encroaching shadow begging to consume. No friends, no family. The only company Mr. Smith entertains is that of the entity looming over him. That man would be Mr. Sticks. And today marks day 3060 of their seemingly unending statement.
Ready to resign? Is something the matter? You're usually louder than this. Much louder. finally failing? What do you want me to say? I have but one desire, and it's easy to take it where your wishes you. You know this as well as I. I haven't gotten any sleep. I haven't for a while now. And why do you think that is? Because I know you. I know what you'd do if I doze off. I can't do much of anything with this in the way. Do you take me for a fool? Futility is the fruit of resistance. I take you for nothing but a mark. And what does that make you? The marksman? No. I don't pull the trigger. I react to it. Fiend, you're a monster. A hair above pond scum. Marks can make decisions for themselves. And if those decisions lead to their fate, then that is their burden alone to bear. My sole responsibility is to guide them to what comes after. Don't you dare suggest the public can make decisions on its own. I didn't know you thought of yourself so lowly. So you deny it then, a man's freedom of will? What freedoms can I possibly entertain in here? I'm not free. I'm not. I'm the absolute opposite of free. You know this. I know this. Were anyone else around, they know it as well. You should consider yourself lucky you're alone. You'd be dubbed a madman. The unhinged codger of Oak Lawn. If they knew this is how you spent your days, you laugh, and yet it keeps you at bay. You're the only one who finds humor in this. Still, I will commend you on the barrier. It does an excellent job of keeping me out and keeping you in. Better than conceding to you, is it? You were just warning your stolen will but a few moments ago. I'll give you kudos. You have my kudos on the barrier for delaying the inevitable. But is it worth it at the cost of everything else? Anything. Even complete isolation is better than what you have to offer. You seem to have sacrificed your sanity as well. Though that comes of no shock. Any man would break under conditions as abject as these. When sanity is fine. Fine. If anything, it's bloody insomnia that's taken me. Ah, that's right. You've also forgone sleep. Countless days and nights without a single wink. I wonder, what with all these shackles? Is this panning out well for you? So long as you're out there, and I'm in here, perfect. And would you say these sacrifices were made on your behalf? Yes. I chose to refute you, chose to reject you, chose to deny you the satisfaction of taking me away. Then your freedom is intact. It always has been. You alone made this choice. You willfully chained yourself to that seat because you couldn't bear to face reality. No one steered you down this road but yourself. I'll rip that simple tongue right out of your mouth. Then and only then will the truth be in your grasp. I would rather you come and try to tear my tongue at the seams. The second you step out of that cage, I get to do my part. To think you would go this far to deny nature. That this is what you do with the freedom you cherish so dearly. Ironic that we even call it freedom. Your will may be its own, but your only use of it is to imprison yourself. Tired? No. That's a shame. My shift is about to end. Perhaps tomorrow then. Perhaps never. You think of yourself stronger than you really are. In
advantage comes to everyone. You wish to be the exception as opposed to the rule.
I wish to stay alive.
This is living to you?
Consider it for a moment, if you will. A man with the power of eternal rest, only to become the most restless of us all. A decrepit, forgotten soul who mired and fear threw everything in his life away in exchange for the immortality he cannot use. An immortality that ensnared and enslaved him, alone in the darkness of his own abode. Too frightened to face the things, he waits. He patiently waits until the day death stops. Until the day death stops knocking, and he can know some faint sliver of peace.
How is it?
It's good.
I overcooked it. Waited too long to take it out of the oven.
It's still
You
good.
really think so?
Yes.
I'm glad.
I'm going to be coming back in late tomorrow.
Really?
Overtime, mandatory, peak season. They need everyone there. At least the check will be good.
I understand.
The food is delicious.
It's dry.
It's good.
I hate when you do that.
Do what?
That thing where you pretend you like something you hate.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Isn't that obvious?
If you don't believe me about the overtime,
I believe you.
you can call my boss.
I know. Tell me the truth.
What?
Do you still love me?
How could you ask such a question? Of course I do.
How much do you love me?
All my heart.
I hate when you do that. Are you seeing someone else?
Why would you say something like that?
Tell me.
I'm not seeing anyone else.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. All right, I've been having an affair. It's a pathetic response to finding out your husband is cheating on you.
I hate you.
Better.
How could you?
You already know the reason why.
I want to hear it from you.
I'm leaving.
You owe me an explanation.
I owe you nothing.
Actually, my husband wouldn't walk away.
Maybe you don't know him well enough.
No, he wouldn't. He would give me an explanation.
And you already know the reason why?
Yes.
And yet you insist on an explanation?
I want it out of his mouth. It's my right to hear him tell me why.
Men don't cheat for very many reasons.
I don't care about his reasoning. I just want to hear him say why. I want him to hear himself. I want him
Do
to
you
know.
really think he'd tell you?
He would tell me the truth.
You want to try again?
Yeah. How is it?
Get back.
Be honest.
I don't know if this is something you want to hear.
Don't lie to me.
All right, I'm having an affair.
Bastard.
She understands me.
Yeah, which means she does whatever disgusting thing you want in the bedroom.
It means I don't feel miserable around her.
Oh, are you miserable with me?
Yes,
Of course you are. Why else would you be going for a younger woman?
she's not younger than you.
Excuse me?
She's older than you. You
beautiful or whatever. It's not about her looks. She makes me happy. That's all there is to it. I love her now. That's it.
I hate you.
I know. Are you okay?
To tell you the truth, I thought I'd feel worse.
When he says it, it'll be worse.
I hope so,
Why?
because it would mean I still care
About him?
about myself.
Do you still love him?
I think so. Do you still love your wife?
I have my doubts.
What is there to doubt in love?
I guess it depends on what you think love is. Have you ever noticed that what we call the greatest love stories are the ones where the lovers end up dead? And usually they've known each other for a week. Does it drive you crazy how stories always end in happily ever afters? That's the part I want to hear about. How can you be happily ever after? How can you keep happily ever after when that physical spark goes? How do you stay happily ever after when your interests change? How do you keep happily ever after when you can't even stand to look at each other after a time?
I have an answer for you.
Yeah, what's that?
Don't have kids. You ever wonder if you wouldn't have been happier if you were alone?
Or if you would have been happier not chasing something that never really existed in the first place.
So you don't believe in love?
I think I did, once. I do know that from time to time I love her again.
What do you think about when you love her again?
That she's radiant. I forget everything she's done with your husband.
Then you still love her.
Maybe. It gets to be confusing.
Why's that?
Because I only feel that way when you become her. It's as though I see her as I always would have wanted her to be. Here are these broken plates and overcooked food, playing these games of stolen identity and stolen infidelity with someone who understands how I feel for them. Or at least is kind enough to pretend to understand. Do you see the same when I become your husband?
I don't see him when I look at you.
No.
I see the man I would have liked to have met.
And maybe the man you want to be with?
Once upon a time.
Well, why not after, maybe even happily?
Because happily ever after stops being ever after when that spark fades, like it has for our spouses, or when our interests start to change. Or maybe this is just a bad rebound, but I don't know. No, we can't. I don't think we're meant for happily ever after.
But we could.
We're not like them.
They're the ones humiliating us.
So we stoop to their level?
They went there
It
first.
doesn't matter who did what first.
You're right.
I don't know, I sometimes wonder if I did the right thing marrying this man I married. At times, I regret my decision, but at the same time, he reminds me of how I love him. He fills this emptiness inside me that no one else could ever fill. Yet at the same time, he leaves this hollow emptiness inside me, like when he goes on his business trips or comes home and smells of your wife's perfume. And I think to myself, what did I do wrong? And I feel guilty. I'm not good enough. I'll never be good enough. But no, he cheated. He's the one who's not good enough. He doesn't deserve my love. And yet it's so unfair. He cheats. He sleeps around. He breaks our marriage vows. And what's his punishment? He gets to be happy. And for myself, nothing. Nothing at all. And then I see you. The man who I think I would have preferred to have loved if I could make that choice. But you see, that's so many doubts because I think it would be the same no matter what. That if we met first and got married, then I would be sitting here with him saying how I would have chosen him over you, just like he chose her over me. It's never enough. Nothing is ever enough. One person, one love. We want to keep dreaming, even if we're with the one person we know we're meant to be with. We want to dream of having perfection just out of our grasp. And maybe that's why we do the things we do. Maybe that's why your wife's hurting me and my husband is hurting you. Because you see, we want to bite the forbidden fruit. We want to have our fairy tale ending. Because following the rules just gave us all unhappiness. So maybe if we break those rules, we'll find some happiness.
Then why don't we?
Because we know better. To break those rules would mean to hurt the people we said we'd never hurt. And you can't forget, they did hurt us. That's why we're sitting here, creating moments with our spouses that would never exist. love you.
But it's long past the point of loving and being loved in return.
Our spouses have done way too much to us for that to ever happen.
If it helps, I love you too.
Solace amidst the pain. Beautiful in a way, isn't it?
Something beautiful to turn what my wife has done is something I don't think about anymore.
Hey, you want to know something crazy?
What's that?
I think I'm happy.
Me too.
That's what love must be.
And this moment is our ever after.
Yes, it is.
To love and be loved in return,
You'll always be that perfect man.
and you'll always be that radiant woman
Just out of my grasp.
in the haze of unfathomable distances and hidden bodies,
Between phone calls from my husband, working his overtime,
and the hours spanning the nights my wife spends with her girlfriends,
while arranging daycare and bill payments.
and the daydreams of pretending to be your husband,
When I look into your eyes and I become your wife,
happily ever after,
where everything's perfect.
we could get a divorce.
No, we couldn't.
Why not?
Because if we're really honest with ourselves, we'd see that we only want a second chance to get it right with our spouses, not with each other.
We could eventually find a
We
way.
can't even find that now.
I have to take this. I suppose it'll never work. I'll be back.
Oh, hey, yeah. Mandatory overtime. No, don't apologize. I'll just leave something out for when you get back. Yeah, I love you too. Goodbye. How is it?
It's good!
I overcooked it. Waited too long to take it out of the oven. How many handsome?
Just me. One.
Oh, well, that ain't right. Follow me.
What is right?
One.
When I said it's just me, you said that ain't right. I was just wondering.
Well, a good-looking fella like you shouldn't be dining or drinking alone. That's all. What's your poison?
You have a wine list?
Yep, red and white. Both of them taste like goat urine. Don't order those.
Oh, okay. Scotch? Neat.
Why are you asking me? It's your order.
Scotch. Neat.
Coming
Please,
right
ma'am.
up. Yes, coming right up. Don't call me ma'am. The name is Mavis.
Make it a double. Mavis.
Attaboy.
Do you have a menu for food, I mean?
The specials are on the board. We're out of shepherd's pie. I'll be right back with that scotch.
Do I need a password?
Yep, good and bad.
What?
Good and bad.
I'm sorry?
The Wi-Fi password is good and bad. It's all one word. Good is in our cats.
Oh, thanks. Good and bad.
I wanted something easy to remember.
Makes sense. Good and bad is certainly easy to remember.
Especially for me. I hear it a lot. And the word good, it's emphasized. Good and bad.
Got it.
So, what can I do you for?
Pardon me?
You gonna order some food?
What's good?
Oh, can't go wrong with a hamburger, half-pound, local ground sirloin. You can do it deluxe, with fries, with the works, with a pickle. You can get an omelet.
Oh, omelet. Cheddar. Can I get some tomato and onion in there?
Toast and home fries.
Sure.
Coming right up. I'll turn your order into peanut. I'll be right back.
What are you doing?
Joining me?
Oh. Don't you on the clock?
Do you see anyone else in the store? Me neither. Besides, I run this joint, and, well, you're my only customer. So, Peter order when your omelet is ready. He'll let me know.
Oh, well, I guess you can have a seat with me then.
Plus, well, I'm bored, and you like singing in my tatas. Cheers. Go ahead. Do your UFO research.
How did you know?
I saw when I sat down. You on the ICAR website?
So, you're familiar with the International Center of Alien Research?
Of course. Any of us who were ever abducted know the ICAR.
Interesting.
Ain't that why you here then?
You know my name.
My friend Carlene, she called me when you left her. She said that a terribly sexy, unmarried man by the name of Damon Turtle something was on his way to come see me. And she was right. You are terribly sexy. I don't care about the unmarried part.
This is going a little differently than I anticipated it would.
Do you want to hear about my abduction or not?
Sure.
Let me go get some more scotch. It'll give me a chance to clear my thoughts and give you a chance to watch my movie while I walk away.
I used to be a plastic surgeon. Beverly Hills, nice office, 6-figure salary. All I did all day long was remake already beautiful faces. Starlets who hated their noses, leading men who wanted their ears pinned back, aging studio-wise, battling the passage of time. Lip injections, liposuctions, brow lifts, you know the drill. Cut, snip, stitch, inject. Over and over and over again. One night I was on the run out in Malibu where I used to live. I had my iPod on, cranking an Amy Winehouse remix. It was late after 11 on a weeknight. The breeze was blowing, there was a starlit sky, and the ocean was to my left as I ran up Big Rock Road toward home. And for some reason, I decided to keep running. The air was clear and salty from the Pacific. The sky was cloudless and deep indigo and painted with diamond-bright stars. I stopped and breathed deep as Amy sang to me about love being a losing game. Suddenly, I felt the wind pick up, and the sky above me turned bright as day. I looked up into a blinding light, and before I knew it, I was lifted and pulled upward into the infinite glow. I passed out,
When I woke up, I was on board the ship. They surrounded me and stared at me. They were small and greenish-gray, and they had these huge, watery black eyes that never blinked, and tiny air holes for noses. And then, just like in the pictures you see, they had long, skinny fingers with big pads at the end. I wasn't afraid for some reason. It was like they bathed me in liquid Xanax. I was calm. And then they started talking to me. No words, but I knew their thoughts. It was like they passed them directly to me from mind wave to mind wave.
I was 15 years old. I told my mama I had cheerleading practice, but really I was sneaking out to see a senior boy, Ludi Buckler. He died 2 years later in Harvard. We were drinking and necking in the back of his truck out by the city park. I had a lot of booze forms, so I was a little drunk, so Ludi had dropped me off at the end of the road. I was in my own world when the sky was brightest day. Brightest day with like every color of the rainbow, like a pinball game. But when I looked down, my feet were lifted off the ground. It was like I was being sucked inside of a big vacuum cleaner. I don't remember much after that.
They told me their population was in trouble and in danger of extinction. They had been making continual visits to their past via time travel for several decades. The researchers drawing them nearer and nearer to their target destination. The genetic mutation had took a turn towards disastrous. You see, those alien creatures, the same ones that's always reported about in claims of abductions, are actually us from the future. Those aliens, those big brow-lifted eyes with no lids, are our evolutionary destiny. After centuries of noses sculpted away to nothing but air holes and no visible ears, after years of being pinned back, deviations became the norm. Their skin is gray because we didn't correct the global climate change. And our pigmentation, we lost our pigmentation, Earth heating up.
Next thing I remember is laying on the dirt a couple of yards away from a house. I was groggy and a little confused, but otherwise all right. I got up and started walking home. I remember climbing into my window because I didn't want my mama knowing how late I was out. I laid on top of my bed and I wondered if it really happened or whether it was just way too much wine. I never really told anyone else about it. A couple of years later, I was at my friend Carlene's house. We was sleeping over. It was late, we were in the dark, telling stories, trying to spook each other out when Carlene started spinning some yarn about being abducted by aliens. She talked about how they caught her off guard one night and how they took her to the mothership and examined her like she was some kind of specimen under a microscope. I burst into tears. And when I looked into her eyes, it wasn't a story. It had happened to her too. We whispered in the dark about what happened to us. That moment, we bonded as best friends. And then we contacted the icon.
Think about it. If you wiped the makeup off all the faces of the Real Housewives of Orange County and took away their weaves, they wouldn't look different from the alien images we came to know. After years of global warming and mutations following the corrective surgeries, the evolution of evolution of his development caused mutations to kill us, or unless they didn't know where it all began. They shared one last message with me before I left. They needed my help. I'm not sure why, but I told them yes.
Wait, help with what?
Finding someone.
If you're about to say that someone is me, let me refill your glass with our finest bottle of hell. Followed by a big old chaser of no.
Hear me out. By studying genetics, they came to the conclusion that one or two women from West Texas is my match. Once Carlene was excluded, I knew it had to be you.
It doesn't have to be nothing. I'm done with those outer space D-bags.
There's nothing to be afraid of, and they won't keep us long. They just need genetic material.
Forget that. That can take my cigarette butts. I watch CSI Miami. They can get it from my Newports.
We don't have time to argue. We've got an appointment with Destiny, whether you like it or not.
You keep saying we and our. You coming too?
I didn't tell you that part. Sorry. Yes, they want us both. It turns out our son is the last non-modified human left on the planet.
Wait, what? All I did was wink at you. Last time I checked my biology, they came out here.
You and I both know where this was heading. We were going to end up in the sack before the day was done. It's destiny, Mavis.
If you think that I'm going back on that Millennium Falcon so those space boots can treat me like I'm some kind of specimen, you're nuts.
Then maybe I'm nuts. But you know I'm telling the truth, don't you? This is real, Mavis.
It's real stupid.
With our help, we can help find what changed their biology, and it will possibly help stop the extinction of the human race.
That sounds all groovy and Sarah Connor saves the world and all, but I'm not doing it.
Oh, come on, Mavis. Our ride will be here in any minute. That swiping I was doing on my phone, that was me phoning home. Get ready for your close encounter.
Oh, the hell. Holy crap!
So what do you say? Our ride is here.
The omelet.
I'll see you.
This is the most messed up first date I've ever been a part of.
By the way, my Wi-Fi password goes off now.
I swear the reservation is under Bianca. Look, it's right there. Yes, I can see that. But is your name Bianca? No, it is not.
Yes, I know that.
And as such, I couldn't possibly
She's
allow you.
on her way. I swear to you. Look, this is a special night for me.
I understand that, ma'am. But we are entirely booked tonight. And unless you have a reservation.
I have a reservation. It's not.
Forget it. I can't take this.
So sorry, I'm late.
Bianca Markey was a accommodator. Do you have a reservation?
You know that she does. I'm
Yes. Table for two, Bianca. Of course. Right this way. My name is Cecilia. I'll be taking care of you tonight.
Are you coming?
Yeah, sorry.
take your word
Oh,
for
no,
it.
it's not that I don't think you don't believe me. It's just, it's part of this whole thing. Kind of fascinated with bees in general right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, between the whole pollen honey thing and the thing about the bee population shrinking down.
Bee population?
Yeah, I know bees get a bad rep sometimes, but they really are more helpful than harmful. And when bees get wiped out, it affects the climate and here it is.
What?
Did you, I could have sworn you finished your water already.
Oh, yeah, the server came by and refilled it
Oh,
while you were
okay.
hunting for your phone. Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your bee presentation.
No, it's fine. It's just I still haven't gotten any water.
Oh, well, I'm sure it's just an oversight.
I know it's odd, but do you think I might?
You might what?
Would you mind if I had some of your water?
Like you want to drink from the same glass?
What? Oh, no. I mean, like you can pour some of yours into mine.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't want to like put two straws in the same cup.
yeah.
I'm not looking for a lady in the
Well, I didn't
with a
mean-
glass of water. You have like 2 glasses of water. I just feel like you could.
Well, yeah, I get it.
So good.
Yeah, I've just been getting over a throat thing myself, and
Oh.
yeah, so I wouldn't want to get you sick, and if I ran out of water, I might start coughing a lot, and no one wants to drink, eat and drink at a restaurant listening to me heck up a lung, right? So,
Yeah, I guess I did that.
hey, are you,
I can if you want to go first.
I'll call her over. Yes. I think we're ready to order now.
Lovely, what can I get started for you?
I'll have the special.
Wonderful, 2 specials?
Oh, well, I guess I'll have the same then.
Good, I will put that in right away
Can
for
I
you.
also have some water?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just poured the last. I'm so sorry. I'll get right on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm so sorry, Deidre. I didn't even think
No,
she was
it's fine. I'm not really worried about it. I don't want to make it a thing.
a thing.
So, tell me more about the office. Anything I need to know going in? Any hot gossip or anything?
No, not really. I mean, it's a pretty standard environment. No hot gossip. Show up, do your job. Not a lot of backbiting or anything. I really like it. I bet you're going to do just fine.
Great.
Finding everything in the city okay?
I'm sorry.
What is it?
Ooh, I just could really use some water.
Well, I told you.
Yeah, I know. I'm not really worried about getting sick. My immune system is pretty solid. It's just, I have this allergy thing.
Well,
and
so do I.
I know, but you have like 3 glasses of water. I just feel like you can stand and spare half a glass.
Yeah? Okay, so
How are things over here?
wonderful. Thank you.
And you, ma'am?
I'm fine, but I could
Good.
Thank you.
Wow. What is wrong with you?
I needed water.
So ask for it.
I ignored, or she just ran out, or it's a restaurant. I thought everyone was supposed to start with
That
water.
doesn't excuse you taking the picture from her.
Yeah,
She's
that's
doing her
You
job.
had a glass full of water, several in fact.
Yeah, it was my
So
water.
I just wanted to know if I was start coughing and disturbing everyone's dinner.
So you want to take all of my water? You want to keep everyone else here from having
That's
water?
not what it is at all.
Then what?
If it wasn't all with the same amount of water as you, even close to the same amount, shouldn't I be entitled to it?
Entitled? Oh, that is so like you, Dee. So like you. Entitled to water? What, so I and everyone else in here are supposed to forego having water
That's not what
because
I
we're
said.
entitled to
I
it?
just think I have the right to equal amount. You had several glasses of water.
Yes, it was my water.
Oh, because you're entitled to that water.
Do not turn my words around on me.
I'm not turning anything around. I'm just pointing out the fallacies of your argument.
I cannot believe you. Look, just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you get to steal what other people
Oh, I'm
have.
not stealing anything else.
Ma'am.
What?
I think you should go.
What?
Go opportunity you've been given. That I earned. So ungrateful. Thank you. I was getting thirsty.
Hello, Diane. What's the trouble today?
I'm dying.
Oh, dear. So, why are you dying?
Oh, it's not just me that thinks so. It seems to be the consensus on this message board I visited.
I'm sorry.
I asked about my symptoms on one of those online message boards, and everybody says it's probably this deadly disease. I don't remember the name.
Well, what are your symptoms?
Oh, gosh, who remembers? Oh, was it a... Oh, I have this strange sore on my arm.
All right, let's see.
Oh, it's gone now.
What's going?
The sore, it went away a few days after I found out I was dying.
So, why are you here?
Because I had a strange sore on my arm. Please try and pay attention, doctor.
But the sore is gone.
Yes.
So, why come to see me for a symptom that I can't see?
Well, I didn't want to cancel the appointment. That would be rude.
Yes, fair enough, but I can't treat something that isn't there.
Well, maybe I should go to another doctor, a specialist in rare exotic diseases.
That's not necessary, Diane. Can you just show me where it is, was?
Gosh. Let me see if I can remember. Was it this arm? And it was about right here,
And,
maybe a little bit further. No, it's about right there.
and what color was it?
Reddish, red. No, not really red. Maybe pink with just a hint of maroon. I got some samples.
That's not necessary, Diane. It seems like it was just a pimple.
Oh. Well, that's a relief. I'll be sure to let my friends on the internet know.
Yes, of course. You have a good day. Mr. Roma, I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but we saw a strange spot on your CT scan. We need to take a biopsy. It's a fairly simple procedure. We take a small
Oh, I
needle.
don't need any biopsy. I feel just fine.
Well, I'm glad you feel fine,
And can't you just tell from the picture what this spot is?
but no, unfortunately not.
Well, I can't say that instills any confidence in this medical establishment.
There are limits to medical imaging, Mr. Roma.
I should say so.
So would you like to schedule your biopsy now?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Roma, we don't know what this spot is. It could be harmless, it could be...
I told you, I'm perfectly healthy. I saw my herbalist yesterday. He read my chi and told me I was just fine.
Your chi?
Yes, doctor, my chi. Oh, really? How are you even allowed to practice medicine if you don't even understand what chi is?
Mr. Roma, with all due respect, I think my medical training should supersede...
Supersede what? The word of a level 4 master chi guru? How dare you? You do that biopsy right this second. I intend to prove to you that you don't have the foggiest idea what you're talking about.
Very well, Mr. Roma.
You're going to get bad juju for this, you know.
Hello again, Diane. What can I help you with this week? Wrong about what?
The sore that was on my arm. They think I should get a second opinion.
Okay, so why are you here?
For your second opinion.
That's not how any of this works.
Well,
If you would like to be referred to another physician, I'd be happy.
I'd like to stick with you.
Why do you keep coming to me if you think I'm wrong?
Well, you've got really good reviews on ratemydoctor.com, so I would like a second opinion, please.
Well, I've given you the only opinion I have, I'm afraid.
That's impossible. Nobody has just one opinion about anything.
Well, concerning this disappearing zit in Adam, I have one medical opinion and only one.
So now you're saying I lied about the sore, is that it?
Absolutely not. I'm just saying
There
that.
was a sore on my arm, it was right here, it was the nose of my face. And I'll have you know, I've never had a zit a day in my life. In school, my teachers always complimented me on my clear complexion.
I'm sure they did.
It's probably rabies.
What?
I saw on the site that it's probably a sign of rabies or gonorrhea.
That's not true.
Are you even a real doctor? I'd like to see some credentials, please.
Listen, Diane.
That's Mrs. Forrester to you.
Mrs. Forrester, I can assure you that if you die of anything, it will not be rabies.
Well, we'll see about that.
Hello, Mr. Roma. Your biopsy came back, and I'm sorry to tell you that we did find a cancerous lump on your lung.
I beg your pardon?
The spot we discussed contains cancerous cells.
Again? With this nonsense? I visited my chief master this morning, and he assured me I'm just fine. You obviously have your wires crossed somewhere.
But the good news is we caught the cancer at an early stage, so we should be able to remove it entirely.
You do no such thing. I'm going to find another doctor. Someone with credentials. And herbs. I was thinking about my last visit when you would refuse to give me a second opinion.
I didn't refuse.
And I was doing some research on patient-doctor transference. And based on what I've read, I think it's obvious. You're in love with me.
Beg your pardon?
It's all right, doctor. I don't blame you.
Diane, Mrs. Forrester, that's not how transference works. The patient falls in love with the doctor, not the other way around.
If you think that I'm in love with you, doctor, I can assure you, you're wrong.
All right.
What an absurd statement to make.
If you say so.
Thought of someone being in love with a man who has so many mental deficiencies.
I finished magnum cum laude at Harvard Medical School.
Did you say Harvard?
Diane, Miss Forrester, why are you here?
What? You must know. I have a new symptom.
What is it?
A symptom is an indication of disease. Really, doctor, you should know this.
I meant, what is your symptom?
Yesterday, I urinated 3 more times than usual.
You urinated 3 extra times.
Yes. I normally urinate 5 times a day. Yesterday, I urinated 8 times. Frequent urination is a symptom of diabetes.
And are there any other symptoms that would suggest diabetes?
Not yet, but I would like to be treated for it proactively, please.
Well, if that will make you happy, I'll be happy to give you a diabetes test. We just need to draw some blood.
Blood? Don't you want a urine sample?
No.
Why not? That's where the problem is.
To diagnose diabetes, you need a blood test. I'll have my nurse set it up for you.
I see. Very well.
Mr. Roma, I'm glad you came to see me again.
I didn't come to see you. I came to tell you that I found a competent doctor who has assured me his healing methods have eradicated me of any disease.
And what are these healing methods?
A pendulum.
And his pendulum cured you of cancer.
Yes, assuming I even had cancer in the first place, which I remain unconvinced of.
Okay, Mr. Roma, I have no proof of this
this miraculous cure. Maybe, perhaps our surgeons go in there, poke around, and they can prove what a fool I am.
Oh, don't you dare play mind games with me, Doctor.
No mind games, Mr. Roma. I just hate to see you taken advantage of by a quack.
Quack! How dare you? Cut me open right now, stem to stern. You'll see how wrong you are.
All right, I have my nurse set up the operation.
Excellent.
All right, Mrs. Forrester.
Please call me Diane.
All right, Diane, your blood work came back fine. No diabetes.
Oh. Well, now that I think of it, my urine was a strange color, too. Perhaps you should draw a blood sample, Doctor.
That's not necessary.
I really think that you should draw a blood sample.
But Diane, it's really...
I really think you should draw a sample, Doctor. Mr. Harvard Med.
All right, I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Yeah. Now, how does one do this? Do you examine the area?
No, that's not necessary at all, Diane.
You mean you don't want to draw the urine yourself? I mean, you drew my blood so beautifully.
This is entirely different. You just need to urinate into a sample cup.
Oh. Very well. Would you like to watch?
Diane, please.
Whatever you say, Doctor.
Hello again, Mr. Roma. I have excellent news. They were able to remove the tumor entirely.
Excuse me? How dare you presume to remove something from my body? I think you planted that tumor there just to give yourself something to do.
Yeah, Doctor. I was thinking about your little diagnosis earlier.
Diane, look at the patient.
That's Mrs. Forrester to you. And if you think that I'm just going to stand idly by and let you take advantage of your sexual feelings for me, I don't understand how someone like you is even allowed to practice medicine. How did you get into college in the first place?
A football scholarship, probably.
I can't believe I let you touch me.
I don't believe you even know what cancer is.
So warm and tender.
So cold and sterile.
Those eyes.
That attitude.
Where'd it go?
Oh, isn't that just like a doctor? Drop a bombshell and then run.
Bombshell, what's wrong?
Oh, he says I had cancer. What's wrong with you?
Oh, a whole host of things. Probably. I think I have rabies and diabetes, and he won't do a thing about it.
Well, he gave me cancer.
It's amazing who we put our faith in, isn't it?
You okay? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. What you got? Oh, the 357. I told you to grab the Colt. You said I could use any gun. That's the peacemaker. That thing's an A. You want it? You can use it. Nah, it don't matter. I'll switch it. I said it don't matter. Did I stutter? No. Let's just get this done. Well, hold on. Impatient bastard. I'm thinking. Damn gun. Oh, nice. Real nice. Like they haven't started no problems. Well, I'm just biding my time. I'm going to be here till Thursday, apparently. With you dragging your feet. This is a lot of pressure, okay? You're asking a lot of me here. Don't chicken out. I'm not. I'm just trying. Get your shit together. I've got it together. Okay? Because you said you do this for us. I know. And the babies, they ain't got the story straight? We're out shooting gophers and you're shouting shit up a fence post. Okay. Just don't forget. I got it. All right. One, two, time out. What the hell time out? Ain't no time out here, come on. I need to grab my bearings. Hurry up then. I am. Do it, pussy. Stop bullying me, Austin. We had a deal. I know. Then why are you stalling? This isn't a game, Austin. I ain't saying it was. It was a lot different when we talked about it, okay? I just put on my leg. It's gonna take me a second now. Shit. I know I should have called that idiot boy down the road. He loves them shiny things. The Myers kid, the one with the slow eye and no neck. You would have blown his face off. At least you would have fired. Okay. Now, I want to keep this in the family. Don't make me regret it. Okay. What the hell? What the hell is that? What? Is that how you hold your gun? Yes. Who the hell do you think you are? Al Capone? No. How the hell are you gonna shoot anyone like that? Huh? How are you gonna shoot anyone like that? I don't know. Shit, man. I thought I thought you would shoot at that fancy college. No guns allowed on campus. Come on, shit your brains. I know I didn't teach you to hold the gun like that. Dad shot like this. Dad shot like that. Guess what I thought you had to shoot? Dad shot at coyotes and ended up eating cattle. You want to eat cattle? He was drunk. And what's your excuse? No shit. You always make fun of the way I shot. That ain't how a ranger holds his gun. I'm gonna show you. I got it, Austin. No, if we gonna do this, we gonna do this right. Okay? I'm gonna show you. Humor me. Now, look at me straight. 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 Loosen up. Don't. Come on, back 10 feet. Bend. Yeah, just like that. When you take it out, have your arm bent and at your waist. Yeah. You a bit taller than me. Sure, it should work out pretty fine. Austin. What? I don't want to run the ranch. We all got stuff we don't want to do, Jack. Why can't you just take care of it? Because I don't have the strength nor the will. No, I mean, why can't you? Jack, you are my ever-loving, everlasting soul in hell. No. Then if you do, tell me now. Because I'll call Billy Myers, boy. No. I'll have a better shot with him anyway. But I don't even know how to run this place. Dad taught you all that stuff. Is that what you want about? Well, whose fault is that? You could have gotten out at 4 in the morning, fed some bugs, some cattle. You could have learned. But you ain't want to. You think I'd be here forever? No. But I thought you at least have your own kids to teach. I'm not good at this stuff. Look, I know you have big dreams and that greed goals, but that ain't happening, all right? Sometimes, roll Peter's out. There's gotta be another way. There ain't. Quit, bitch. I'm not, but I always left the gate open and I always forgot to lighten the feed. Don't pick up as you go along. Yeah. The new cats drowned. You were a goddamn toddler. You can't blame yourself for that. Dad was just trying to teach you a lesson. Yeah, that I can't do anything. Quit roughing yourself. I will run this place to the ground. No, you won't. You got baby blood. And baby's good at 3 things. Tempers, cattle, and shooting. When they sober. You at least gotta be good at one of them. I can't take care of the ranch, Mama. It's too much. I did it for the last 5 years. You don't hear me, Catwaller. You owe us this. You know you do. You gone fucked up already, my man. Slipped out the back door. Used all money for your education. And now, you gonna make it right. You hear me, boy? Get out of my face. What you gonna do? move about it, boy. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, Austin. You better than this? Yes. You better than that? Yes. You better than me? I'm not gonna fight you. Is that right? I'm gonna stop it. Itching for a beat? Oh, you're just like Dad. I kill myself if I fuck that like you for a son. Oh, shut up, Austin. That's right. Get angry, boy. Oh, stop calling me that. What, boy? Shut up. Boy, shut up. Ooh, boy, I'm gonna whoop you upside the head. Austin, where's my bet? You go along and let the door open again, boy. Go on, teach some smarts into you. You know, boy? I swear to God, Austin. Ooh, Austin. My hand got caught today. You be a baby and whoop your brother's ass, bro, man. You're such a fucker. Woo! We got some brother baby hit tonight. Woo! Woo! Come on, Austin. Hit your brother, goddammit. I ain't raised no fucking sissy. Huh? Hit him. Austin, your brother don't even fight you. You should have called her Janine instead of Jefferson. Come on, Austin. Hit him! Hit him! Hit! Like this! Oh! Do it! That's all you got to do, boy! I got more than you think, shit! Is that what you want? Is that what you really want? Yeah? That's what I want! Come on! Well, don't hit me because I got out. Don't hit me! Do it! Do it, you son of a bitch! Do it! God damn it, Jefferson! Do it! Do it! No! Oh, Austin. Shit. Let's set you down. Oh, I want you comfortable. Oh, I don't want to sit down. I don't want to sit down. Come on, let's forget about it and go back inside. She can't see me like this. She can't see me like this, Austin. She's sharp. She'll figure it out. Get through it fine, Austin. Just, come on. Come on, get up. We'll get shit-faced and wax away. Tim, I whooped you so he wouldn't hit you harder. Dad, we got his blood here, whether you wanted it or not. You don't have to. I took the first beatings so he'd wear out by the second. I knew when we fought, when I hurt you, it'd be better.
the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Thank you all very much. It's nice to see some familiar faces. How you doing, guys? So I wanted to turn it overall to you all, whether or not you have any questions, comments, questions for our directors, questions for our playwrights. Anybody have anything right now to ask?
Microphone for old folks.
Okay.
Maybe just funds.
Oh,
If there are no questions, I'm going to ask for you all, and these are going to be kind of directed at the playwrights, just to kind of help them, assist them in growing with their craft. Were there any plays that were just a little bit unclear to you all? Something that just didn't maybe make sense? Anything? Yes, sir.
I didn't really understand the one that was, you were sitting on a stool, there was a rope around it. I was kind of confused about that.
We have a director.
Actually, our playwright is here.
Cool. Would you like to answer that?
I asked you this question on the first night of rehearsal. What was the impetus for the play? Where did it come from?
Well, basically, when I got the request to make a play, and I had never done nothing like that before. I've always wanted to write, but I've never actually put anything out. She was like, hey Ronaldo, can you write something for this thing that I'm doing? Make it 10 minutes long, and already I knew there was conflict to be had. At the time, there was a marathon of the show The Twilight Zone on television. So I was watching that. I was like, all right, I can make something with that work. So basically, the theme is life and death. The guy dressed in all black, he's Mr. Styx. He's a Grim Reaper type figure. The guy sitting on the stool is Mr. Schmidt. He's kind of a lonely old hermit man. And the rope is supposed to be a barrier. Mr. Styx represents death. The rope is, well, we'll just call it magical. I envisioned it as being salt, because back in the day, you could use salt to repel like evil demons and beings and all that. So the idea is Mr. Schmidt has somehow achieved immortality in the modern day, and he can outlive forever. But as he closely soon realizes, living forever sucks ass.
to put him out of it.
Yeah.
That was the alternate title.
Now, see, Mr. Schmidt prolongs death, and that's cool. But then you have Mr. Styx, who's basically death, and he doesn't find that shit cool. He's like, hey, you gotta die sometime. I gotta take you to the afterlife. You can't just put a little magic circle around and stay in it forever. I gotta take you out of there. You gotta go to heaven or hell or whatever. I gotta get you out of there somehow. But since the rope is magical, Mr. Styx can't cross it. He can't penetrate it. He can only walk around it. And so every day, Mr. Styx comes and visits Mr. Schmidt, and they talk. They talk for hours and hours. And so this is like a job for Mr. Styx. Like every day, he has to come. And, he reaps a lot of souls. He takes a lot of people to the afterlife. But every day, it's this one guy who doesn't want to leave his fucking circle and fucking die. That he has to talk to every day for hours and hours on end. And it's because it gets it's a toll. He can't take it anymore. It's like your own job. You don't want to do that every day, but you do it anyway. So he has to take him to the afterlife somehow. So by the time the play starts, they've been at it for well over 10 years. 10 years this guy's been sitting on a stool. He can't leave it. Mr. Styx is at a loss. Can't step into the circle. If Mr. Schmidt steps out of the circle, Mr. Styx can take him. So they're at a stalemate. All they can do is just talk to each other for hours on end. Mr. Styx either convinces Mr. Schmidt to get out, or Mr. Schmidt fucks up, like he falls asleep, maybe falls out of the circle, and he's off to hell with them.
Are there any other things that we could have probably made a little bit clearer for you in writing terms, maybe some directing choices that maybe you might not have agreed with?
That would be.
Linus, yeah.
All right, Linus. Tell us what you thought about.
Again, it was clear to, first of all, this Twilight Zone influence was clear to me. And the metaphor of holding on to life when death is waiting for you. One thing that I found most delightful about the play, and if I was working on getting him to expand it, was the idea, when I first read the title of 9 to 5, I assumed that it would be sort of that the particular hell would be your job, and that it's death's job that is actually quite agonizing in this particular case. And that was probably what I found most interesting about it. It being such an abstract play, it was, I think, important to allow it to be itself and not try to impose my interpretation on it, because the first night rehearsal, when I asked everybody what they thought was going on, everyone had a different answer. And I think that that's the strength of something as abstract.
Any other questions? If there aren't any other questions, I do want to kind of go through these, I guess, through the line of directors, and just kind of ask y'all, what were some of your greatest strengths with this play that you found, and what were some of the challenges that you found directing these plays that you think were wins for you with this? And I guess I want to start with Bruce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I directed Second Opinions, The Doctor's Office. The dialogue is great. I mean, I think that is the strength, is that, is my writer here? No.
He's not.
Okay. Good job. I thought the dialogue was a lot of fun. I thought the setups and jokes were pretty clear and pretty solid. I liked that it just kept moving. We were kind of left to our own devices because the only stage direction throughout the script is this lady enters, the other one exits. That was it. So we sort of had free reign to kind of, present it in whatever way that we wanted to, and keep it moving and stay true to the comic nature of it. I asked the cast the first night, it's basically the same thing. What is this? Why does this exist? Where does this come from? I mean, does this playwright have a background in medicine? Is this a commentary on what? We kind of boiled it down to validation, and that the one patient needs the doctor to agree with her, so that validates her, and the other patient needs the doctor to disagree with her, and that validates her. And, that's what we had. And it's, I think the weakness is that it's got a really soft ending. It's just sort of over.
What love must be? Marianne, can you talk a little bit about your play, the challenges that you might face, and how you overcame some of those, and wins for you?
Well, my play is written by Frankie Gonzalez, who's not here tonight. He has just been named as the representative for Dallas-Fort Worth Dramatists Society, so we're very excited for him. My actors came all the way from San Antonio. Say hi, guys. Love must be about the couple who are arguing, and they start with this absurd exercise, and my actors are married to each other. So, it was expressive. How is it? It's great. So it was a strength and a weakness, because I was asking them to say things to each other and treat each other in ways, and the play was, compelling them to say and do things which, our wife actor is her first time in a play, and so it was very because at times they'd be like, okay, 1 second, that's really depressing. I was like, do we need to shake this off?
play was full of speeches and, back and forth, dialogue, so we couldn't take many breaks. But I think the strength and the weakness, both in its all beauty, was our actors who are here, and we wish Frankie was here.
Yeah.
So thank you. I think another thing was that it is set up so you don't know, when the play opens, you don't know that they're actually not married to each other. And to facilitate that idea to you very quickly, we came up with this clown idea, which is make it as absurd as possible, so that when they do fall back into their real selves, we will have an idea. Sorry, we cheated.
I've got a question for Annie Such. Annie, raise your hand. Thank you. She is my director. We actually are co-workers.
You're my director, I'm your playwright.
Thank you. Right. She's my playwright, I'm director. And we actually work in the same district in DeSoto, just shout out to us.
Eagles!
Can you in my research of your play, I came across 2 videos on this play. Can you talk about where you first started writing it until this version coming out today?
Yeah, this had a great, not very interesting, but a really great journey. It started out as a 1-minute play for the 1-Minute Play Festival in Philadelphia, in my last year in Philadelphia, and that was the year I was accepted to grad school at Actors Studio Drama School in New York. So when I went to New York, it's irony, it's goddamn irony, because I get to New York, I'm getting my MFA in playwriting, and the worst writer's block that had ever hit me in my entire life hit me right then. So I was cranking out nothing, and I had deadlines, and so I visited my trunk of unfinished ideas. And Come and Take It was the first thing to pop up, and I was like, man, I really want to expand on this, so I did. And it became this little 10-minute play that I did in grad school, and then we did it for the 10-minute festival at the Brick. It went through a bunch of rewrites, and it's been produced a lot now. And this is the latest iteration where I added a lot of the Texas jargon, I guess you can call it, a lot of the Texasisms into it at the unconditional behest of my mother, who said it wasn't Texas enough. So that's why, I mean, everything, she sent me an email 400 phrases deep, and she's like, if you don't use at least 30 of these, Annie Rosette, I swear to God, I'm going to come up there and I'm going to kick your ass myself. And I was like, all right, fine. So I did. My mother's lovely. She really is. She's not here right now, so I can talk about her. So yeah, and I wrote it as a love letter to Texas because I had to get away from Texas, 1,531 miles to be exact, in order to miss it as much as I did. And now I'm back, and I actually love being back. So I'm glad that I was actually able to be in Texas when this play about Texas was written. And now it's getting produced into a feature length once I write that dang screenplay, another bout of writer's block. So yay, hopefully that's 2020.
We have another playwright here that could probably talk about their process and their birth of this creation up until this point.
Charles Randall?
Hi, I'm Randall. I wrote Star-Crossed. Star-Crossed started as a lesson in a playwriting class where we went out and observed someone just in campus and then came up with a story about them. And so I was on campus at Texas Tech where I'm getting my degree. And there was this guy who looked completely out of place for all the other students that I observed in the building where we were. And so I built this idea of Damon, who used to be a plastic surgeon and now wasn't. And then there was this other idea I had a long time about people getting plastic surgery and becoming more and more to look like aliens. So, because I lived in LA for a really long time, so I saw a whole lot of that. And so that sort of idea came along, and then I needed somebody for him to talk to. And I love those great Texas broads who just like own themselves and their lives, and they don't apologize for anything. And one of my favorite movies in the world is Last Picture Show. And I thought of that waitress in that movie, just played by the great late actress Eileen Brennan. And so I just decided to combine them and have them start talking, and this is what came out.
certain amount of time with my other actor, and I was like blessed to have somebody I actually knew, so it was easier for me and Derek to have like a connection. So that was great. That was great, and our director was really great too, as far as direction.
Can I ask you, how early did you get the script? How long did you have it before today?
Amy gave it to me, it was sometime.
About 3 weeks.
You know, it's different when not having a person. Like you can, oh, I got it in my room, but once you get with that person, it's like, oh,
It's
wait,
on.
where did it go?
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna say, you did say that you knew him, so it made it more comfortable for you to act. Now, why does that happen? Like, I know you're an actor and an actor and an impressive male actor, but as an actress, and this is your dream, would it make you feel kind of uncomfortable if you didn't know him?
Probably, but you have to, build up trust with that person. You get to know that person over time. I think it's just about learning that person in general and spending time with that person. When you spend time with another person, you get a connection with that person, so you get more comfortable and you talk about, boundaries and things of that sort. But because we were friends from high school, we knew our boundaries.
Another thing, I noticed, so you're saying that if you didn't know him, how would you actually make yourself comfortable? Like, would you actually take a chance to say, hey, I want to feel more comfortable, let's talk, let's do this, let's try to get to know, when we like, we don't like, would you like, would you do something like that?
Yeah, I would probably try, because it is a short amount of time, I would try and get to get them to go to like maybe coffee after the rehearsal process, just so we can get a little bit more comfortable. You just want to make sure that, both of you look good on stage. So take that time out and make sure that both of you guys are willing to do that. So that's what makes, a connection. Both people have to be willing to.
The 24-hour play festival is always filled with crises. And last night at 6:30, we found out that one of our actors completely forgot about the festival and went out of town. And so Kate, who is our stage manager, raise your hand, Kate. Kate. Kate learned the cat in less than 12 hours. So that gave Natalie, her director, a heart attack, and Yancey, her comrade, acting partner, a heart attack. But it all worked out great. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah. Whatever. She just knows what she's doing. She knows the term. She's like, yes, this needs to go over here right now. She's the boss. I'm not the boss. You are the boss. I will never claim to be your boss. You're the boss. I just work next to you.
We have time for one more question. Are there any questions from the audience? Do we have one more comment? Charles, do you have something you would like to say to sum this up?
I didn't think I was going to say something. Sorry, I'm the playwright for Fallible Beings, which was the second show, the one where they were locking out Mr. Cole from his office. For me, writing the play was more self-reflective, more self-absorbed, actually. I as well, I'm from San Antonio, actually. I came here today from there. And I'm going to graduate school right now for speech-language pathology. And so I was just kind of burdened down with all the work and whatnot that I was doing. And I said, I need to just have a release of some sort. And so I said, of course, theater, why not? Because I haven't been able to do that since I went out to San Antonio from Dallas. And so for me, writing this play and just trying to get back into theater was my feeling of therapy in a way. And so I felt like I needed to give some type of story away in order to feel better about myself because I was feeling a little depressed. And that's where the story came from. He himself was asking, the main character was asking, or was asked, if you had a good story, if you had a good chapter in your life, what would it be? How would you tell it? And then she asked, are you the villain? And sometimes we are the villain, and sometimes I feel like the villain. And so I feel like in order to help other people who also feel like villains in their own story is age-old motto of theater. So I wanted to just present theater in a way through somebody else's life. So, also, Fallible Beings cast, how did you prepare for the show?
So,
Please.
so honestly, I got the script and I immediately sent it to my dad. And he was like, oh, you gotta start memorizing this now. And I was like, okay. So I memorized the script. And then I came here. And I knew him, which was really great. So we all knew each other and we all stopped waiting, Mimi. Come on. So it was a good thing that we all really kind of knew each other and we all sort of connected, and it was just kind of a breeze being able to get into just the play and the momentum. And I love my character, by the way. She was good job. She was a really kind of feisty spitfire sort of thing. That was, yeah, I do, thank you. That was just this, like, pardon my French, but she was kind of bitchy sometimes. And so.
I think French got broken a while ago.
It's not the worst thing you said. Out the window. But yeah. So what about you? What do you think?
Well, the process of getting into character for James was kind of scary. Because James is a lot like who I was back in high school, and I had to do a lot of self-reflection on who I was then versus who I was now, you know, and how this matches up with the character, because they're pretty much the same kind of person, you know. They exude this kind of like nice guy outlook. All the teachers will say like, oh, he's a good kid or whatever, but like underneath all of that, like he's a human trash bag. And you saw that, how like ready he was to sacrifice someone else to save himself. And you know, I had to get back in that mindset and jump back into who that person was. Obviously, I'm not that guy anymore, I promise. But that, you know,
It's okay if you are.
yeah, it was a very dark look in the mirror.
I want you to know what you're doing. Yeah, but to actually just get ready for, what did we do to just get ready for the show today? We played cards. That's true.
We did a lot.
We played card games to get ready for the show. I'm not kidding. Yes, we did. To be honest, we just brought out our most horrible selves. Actor chemistry, straight up. We were playing card games. Exactly. Like 2 hours ago. Well, we offended everybody in the world by playing Cards Against Humanity. We're not going to get into it. No. Okay.
Well, fabulous. Nick, can you sum it all up for us?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you all for doing this. 24 hours. We started last night at about, what, 6 o'clock? Yeah, 6:30-ish. For some of us, we've been running on